This is just a sample of the audiobook. To get the complete audiobook, access the link posted in the first comment.
The mine owners had organized themselves, and their organization was named the Harlan County Coal Operators Association. This body of men was the cause of many murders and beatings. They sent delegates to Frankfort, the state capital, with great sums of money to gain favors from the governor and other state officials. The sheriff had lost his bid for re-election, and the HCCOA, the mine owners, had selected a man of their own choice to run for sheriff. After this man's election, he hired every criminal he could find in surrounding counties and a lot in our own county. He put badges on their shirts and big guns on their hips. These men would get a few days of briefing and then in pairs would be sent to coal camps to beat and pistol whip miners if they refused to work in the mines. The non-working miners started arming themselves after finding their kin and friends murdered and lying in ditches. The deputies were hired by the hundreds by the new sheriff. Then the mine owners would move them into a nice big company house and give them a new fast car. They would drive their shiny new car through the coal camps with blinkers on and the siren screaming up to some non-working miner's house. Leaving the blinkers flashing, they would jump from the car, one carrying an automatic shotgun, the other with a long padded billy club loaded with lead dangling on his side. One would dash to the rear of the house, the other, rushing to the front, would crash the flimsy door in. They would demand from a scared and terrified woman, "Where is that goddamn Russian red son of a bitch?" The woman would start pleading for them to not hurt her husband, that she would get him to go back to work in the mines, or that they would leave the camp. The other camp boss would be guarding the rear of the house. If the husband or father should attempt to escape through the rear, he would be blasted with shots from the guard's shotgun. The murdering thug would then call to his partner that he had got the thieving bastard. The mine guards would leave the body lying where it fell. The wife, with a small child in her arms, would be kneeling by her husband's body, sobbing and praying to the Lord to stop the killings the mine owners were ordering. Wives of other miners who were working would come running, and together they'd drag the body in the house. The women would clean and dress the corpse for burial. The mine owners would send a cheap casket to the house, and the grieving family and friends would carry the body up on the hillside for burial. The mine owners, after getting the reports from their hired thugs, would report to the sheriff's office that a man had been killed by mistake. They would say that they had thought someone was trying to break into one of the employees' homes and then trying to escape, so they mistakenly shot and killed him. That and other similar reports were put on file and probably are there yet. The delegates the mine owners had sent to Frankfort stayed informed of all the actions the protective deputy sheriffs were taking to keep the willing miners, those who were working, from being beaten and murdered by roving bands of United Mine Workers that were scattered throughout the mountains. They were armed with high-powered rifles furnished to them by Union officials in Washington, D.C. When the mine owners began presenting these facts to the governor, things began to happen.